Hi, it's Diana from Wrap Your Baby, and I am excited to be here today for a little baby wearing culture lesson. So I was talking to Cassidy, who is Let's Talk Baby Wearing. You can find her on Instagram, about the origin of the rucksack carry with a woven wrap. And the fact is, I am not sure exactly who came up with the rucksack carry style of tying a wrap, but I can see inspiration in other cultures. And the one that seems most similar to me is a Japanese strap carry. So I thought I would use my wrap because I don't have, like, they would use the obi, which is the sash around the kimono, can be used for baby wearing. I don't have a kimono or an obi. I have not been taught this by someone from that culture. This is just something I've learned through my, being super interested in baby wearing and researching how it's done in different places. So I'm going to use my wrap, but I'm going to just keep it bunched up like a strap instead of spreading it over my baby. And I want to show you how this strap carry is really just like a rucksack carry. And to me, it seems like an obvious origin for the rucksack carry. There are other places in Asia have similar carries. Also, I know South America, Peru, maybe Guatemala, maybe Mexico, and Central America sometimes have a carry that comes over the shoulders, but not around the waist. So that could also have been where someone came up with the idea of using the wrap over the shoulders and then added on tying around the waist. So just to be clear, I'm not saying for sure, I know the exact evolution of the carry we now call the rucksack carry, but I do know that you're going to see how similar this is. So check it out. I'm going to start with my toddler doll, and then I'll show you a sort of hack you can do with this to make it work for a younger baby. And let me mention that this is also a cool skill to know, because you can use, in an emergency, baby wearing is a great emergency skill. And even if you are like me and your babies have grown up and you're not like me and you didn't keep all your wraps to keep doing demos a decade after you wore your babies, you might not have a wrap anymore. But there are lots of pieces of fabric in your house that you can use in different ways. So you could use some kind of sash, a long scarf, a tie from a bathrobe, something like that you could use for this strap carry. You can also do this with your wrap, by the way. This is a great, super fast, and super cool, because there's no layers over anyone, summer carry that you can do. But I'm going to show you as a demonstration of what we've learned from how the Japanese would carry their babies. And this is, I don't know when this started, but it's not a new thing. Maybe going back to the 40s or 50s, I believe. Maybe longer. I've seen some older photographs of people, Japanese people or people in that part of the world, wearing babies in similar ways with a strap like this. Anyway, check it out. Take the middle of my strap, which for me is a woven wrap. I'm going to put it behind my toddler's arms or back, in the center of my toddler's back, and come under arms. So you can see that it's just wrapped around my toddler under her arms. Okay. Like that. And then I'm just going to swing her up onto my back and separate these over each shoulder. And here's how it looks. And you guys, if you know rucksack carry, this is exactly the same, only easier and faster. There's no tightening of fabric to do or making of a seat. The seat is going to get made right now. I'm going to take this over one leg, under the other. Over one leg, under the other. Tie a knot, and you have a strap carry. So that was super easy. Also, I've seen in a lot of pictures the strap carry done with a cross or a twist on the chest, such as like this. So you can do that too. And you can also do that with a regular rucksack carry, by the way. So whatever's most comfortable for you. By the way, I am using a size 3 wrap. When I did the twist, I'm kind of running out of room, so I would just barely be able to eke out a double knot here. But when I did the rucksack straps, I had plenty to tie it with. I might even be able to do this. In fact, I don't know. I might be able to do this with a size 2 wrap if I don't twist in the front. I'm not sure. So there you go. There's a strap carry you can use. And tell me in the comments what you think about this. Is this not obvious to you that it also could very easily be the origin of the rucksack carry? The only difference is pulling down and spreading out that fabric over baby makes it a rucksack carry. So that's why I see this as a natural predecessor. And so let me know if that makes sense to you. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you have extra information about it. I would love to hear more. And then I'm going to show you how you can modify this for a smaller baby that you need more support around them. And this gets really interesting because then it starts to be very similar to some other kinds of Asian baby carriers, like the Potagi and the Hmong baby carriers. By the way, the Hmong are some of the most beautiful baby carriers you've ever seen, so you can check them out online. But they have a panel in the back along with straps. Okay, let's get on to that. Let me just check for comments. Jenny says, what would be the youngest you'd do this with? Baby once sitting or older? Thanks. So this isn't really providing any support to my baby's spine. So a young baby who's not sitting yet should have more support around their torso and spine. So I would say after sitting. And their arms have to stay out for this carry to work. So if they need head support, obviously that wouldn't work. But generally this works, and they'll keep their arms out and they'll stay strapped up. So it's awesome. Oh, and Jenny also asked what size woven is that? I think I already answered that. This is a size 3. All right, toddler down. Let me show you a cool thing you can do. Again, this gets into emergency baby wearing skills, using things around the house. I'm going to set my toddler aside, and I would use a receiving blanket or like a big flannel baby blanket, but I don't have that anymore. As I mentioned, my babies have grown up. My youngest is 11, so I just don't have that kind of gear around anymore. I keep the wraps around because that's my bag. That's what I do. And that's what I'm sharing with you, but I don't have other baby stuff. So I'm using one of my towels. This is a Turkish towel. And I'm going to just fold the Turkish towel over the center of my strap. So if I was using a sash from a bathrobe, I could do this. But again, I'm just using my wrap bunched up. Now you don't need to do this if you're using a wrap, because you can just spread out your wrap into a panel, which is what rucksack carry is. But if you want to play with this and practice emergency baby wearing, go for it. So I'm going to fold the top over. Now my towel is bigger than a receiving blanket, so you don't need to have very much folded over. I'm folding over more just because the towel is so long, so it's kind of doubled over. But if you were using a receiving blanket, you could fold over maybe just about that much on the inside. And that when you have baby in that, baby's weight and baby's being held against you is going to hold it all together. All right, so let me get my little baby doll. Here she is. I'm going to lay her in this. I'm going to keep her arms in, and that's going to make it so that she can have head support, so that she has some more support around the torso. Now, this is not going to give her good torso support, so I wouldn't do this with a very young baby. And that's following like the sort of guidelines that we're used to and that we work with here. I'm in the United States. I am not sure in parts of Asia they may do this with young babies, in which case I would assume that they know what they're doing because they've been doing it for generations. But as far as me just giving advice, I want to say I'm not going to have any way to tighten this panel around the baby for really good customized support of that torso and spine. So that's why I'm saying don't do it with a younger baby. Unless you have someone who's more versed in this, that's teaching you, someone from that culture who knows what they're doing, who can give you information otherwise. All right, so baby's lying on the panel I made with my towel in the center of my strap. Okay, and now I'm going to pick her up. And put her on my back. Separate the straps, one over each shoulder. And this got pinned under. I'm just going to pull it out, although I really don't even need to. In fact, having it tucked around baby, like sort of swaddling them before putting them up here, would probably give them better torso support. All right. So when I just go like this, I'm spreading her legs, the same thing. I'm gonna bring my strap over I'm just bringing over both the legs this time because there's a panel of fabric there hanging down, so there's not really a under. This one comes over both legs and tie in the front. And here you can find pictures of Japanese baby wearing from different eras, and you'll see that baby is sort of cocooned in fabric like this on the parents' or the siblings' back, and that there's a strap. And so this wrap is mimicking the strap in the strap carry. So how cool is that? Let me know what you think. Erin says, I'm disabled and afraid of falling and hurting a baby, so I never carry anymore. I do love this great info, though. Yes, so that is totally understandable. And yes, I'm glad that you're enjoying it anyway, and I totally understand your situation. Let's see. All right, so now I wanted to show you that this is more similar to some of these other Asian panel carriers you may find. If you are familiar with the baedai, which is an Asian baby carrier with not a square, but a rectangle of fabric and 4 straps, 2 coming off the top and 2 coming off the bottom, you can see how what we've made here with my household item sort of replicates that same design. There's a rectangle of fabric around baby, and I just have 1 strap, so it's coming from the shoulders, but then because it crosses here, it also is coming from the bottom. So this is very similar to wearing your baby in a baedai. This is even more similar to a podagi, which is a Korean baby carrier, which is it's basically like a blanket with straps coming out the top, and you would cross them behind and tie. So that is a back carrier that this is very similar to. So you can see how these carriers are all related in different parts of that region. So yeah, let me know what you think of all this. I just thought, I was having this conversation with Cassidy, and I thought, this is super interesting. We should talk about this on a live. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and try it if you want. As long as you are already doing back carries and you know how to back carry your baby safely, you know how to make sure they're safe back there, you can totally give this a try and see how it works for you. Jenny says, so interesting. Thank you. You're welcome. Mwah. All right. Thanks for being here, you guys. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I'm sure I will have more great videos coming for you. So keep watching. Make sure to follow me if you haven't already. If you try anything I'm showing in my lives, give me on Instagram, use hashtag #WrapWithDiana when you try it so I can see your pictures. I would love that. And Facebook or Instagram, join my free wrapping Facebook group, which is called Wrap Club. Share your pictures there where we can have a conversation and give you your accolades and talk about how you liked it, because that's really fun. All right, Japanese style strap carry, with or without added fabric, for the win. Let me know what you think. Does this make sense to you? Could this be the origin of our rucksack carry? I would love to hear. Until next time, happy wrapping.